As the world's premier net zero certification body, we have seen firsthand that the absence of a clear definition for net zero has become our biggest challenge in accelerating decarbonization. Did you know that only 0.023% of all the buildings in the world are net zero? And that most of those are net zero energy, accounting for only scope 1 and 2 emissions, but ignoring scope 3 emissions entirely. GNFC conducted a public opinion research in 2022, and the findings revealed that policy leaders and industry leaders working on decarbonization are still looking for a clear, concise, and universal definition of net zero that can best underscore their commitments and telegraph a holistic picture of reducing and ultimately eliminating emissions. So what does it mean to be truly net zero? And why is it so important that we establish the language necessary for accelerating this urgent shift in how buildings and businesses operate? At the Global Network for Zero, in an effort to further embolden all parties to operate with a harmonized standard of language, to shift focus entirely to strategy and implementation, secure the necessary ROI data, and create true market transformation, we have taken great strides to ensure our definition is clear. Put simply, net zero is the elimination of a building or business's scope 1, 2, and 3 emissions. So often, we see well-intentioned organizations struggle to figure out where they should begin, what they should prioritize, and how they are going to pay for a net zero strategy. And of course, we know that calculating then eliminating value chain emissions or scope 3 can be an intimidating prospect. In fact, for most companies, value chain emissions represent a much greater proportion of their carbon footprint, more than 70%, than operation emissions, and can leave companies feeling like they have much less control over the outcomes. This is precisely why most other certification bodies don't offer scope 3 solutions. But we don't shy away from the challenges because we know the stakes. The world's emissions need to fall 3 times as fast as they are falling today if we want to hit the vast majority of our net zero targets. This means that a comprehensive footprint for any building or business and its pursuit of net zero must include not some but every aspect of its operations.